What is your religion?
Baptist.
Take the testament in your right hand and read aloud the words on this card.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
You are Philip John Gordon?
I am.
Mr. Parsons, my lord, before my learned friend puts his case, may I request permission that my client sits in the body of the court?
I'd be very grateful if I could, my lord. It's a bit depressing being stuck up here.
My lord, the offence with which the accused is charged is not particularly grave in the circumstances.
Yes, very well, Mrs. Airey. You may sit beside your solicitor.
That's very kind of you, my lord.
Mrs. Barbara Airey is charged today at Fulchester Crown Court with making a false statement with intent to defraud the Inland Revenue.
Continue, Mr. Parsons.
You are Philip John Gordon?
I am.
And where do you live?
Samantha, Oakley, Fulchester.
And you're a tax inspector with the Inland Revenue?
Yes, sir. Fulchester 2nd District.
Beg your pardon?
Fulchester 2nd District, my lord.
It's a tax office, my lord.
It's where the defendant, Mrs. Airey, filed her tax returns.
Yes, continue, Mr. Parsons.
Now, you carried out an investigation into the accused's, Mrs. Airey's affairs.
I did, sir.
Now, will you please tell the jury, briefly, how Mrs. Airey first came to your notice?
Well, through her tax returns, sir. She's on Schedule D.
Now, that means she's a self-employed person, does it not?
Yes, that is correct, sir. She's the proprietress of a hairdressing salon called Barbara's. At number... may I consult my notes, Your Lordship?
Very well, Mr. Gordon.
Thank you. Yes, Barbara's, number 49, Tavistock Street, Fulchester.
Yes, and she's completed tax returns for the past 10 years.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes, my lord, your lordship and the jury already have copies of Mrs. Airey's tax returns
Yeah.
in the years 62 to 1972. They are, as I've explained, agreed documents. Now, what does the income tax year 1971 to 1972 show, Mr. Gordon?
An income of £1,580, sir.
Yes, now does that figure represent any sudden departure from the previous returns of Mrs. Airey?
Oh, no. No, I should explain that in all these returns, Mrs. Airey claimed that her only source of income was the hairdressing business, and the profit on that was virtually the same over the years. 1966-67, £1,505. Following year, 1,540, then 1,530. Next year, 1,600, and so on, until 1971-72, which, as I said, was £1,580.
Yes.
And that's the year ending 5th of April 1972.
That is correct, my lord.
Now, did you notice anything about Mrs. Airey's standard of living?
Yes, sir, I
Now,
did.
what was that?
Well, it appeared to be very high, having regard for her fairly average profit of her business.
Yes, and did you interview her?
Yes, I did. 5 times, 4 times at my office and once at her home. The first time I asked to see her bank statements, invoices and so on. I also saw her passport. Eventually I built up a fairly clear picture.
Yes, my lord, this evidence is not disputed, and most of it appears in the second bundle of agreed documents.
Yes.
Now, what sort of picture did you build up, Mr. Gordon?
Well, she lives in a well-appointed bungalow, now valued at £25,000, which she purchased in 1966 for £9,000. She drives a foreign sports car, which she changes every other year. The car cost £1,800. It was new last year. And she also sends her 2 sons to a preparatory school in Yorkshire, where the school fees are £730 a year.
Well, sir, she's paying £1,460 in school fees alone.
Yes, correct, sir. And of course that does not include school uniforms, books, sports equipment, etc. And this amounts to approximately £150 a year per child, according to her own estimate.
Continue, Mr. Gordon.
Well, she told me that for the past few years she'd spent a fortnight skiing in Switzerland in the winter, and in the summer 3 or 4 weeks in either Tunisia or Greece.
Skiing?
No, my lord, staying in luxury hotels.
Yes, so what is the annual cost of Mrs. Airey's holidays?
Well, approximately £1,000 per year.
And that figure comes from Mrs. Airey?
Well, she and I went through her hotel bookings and drawings for travellers' checks and so on, and that was the figure we arrived at.
But she agreed that she'd spent about £1,000 on holidays.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Now, did Mrs. Airey make any other substantial purchases?
Yes, sir. There was jewellery, valued at £3,000. 3 fur coats, another 1,700.
Yeah, Mr. Parsons, Mrs. Airey is charged only with making false returns for the year ending 5th of April 1972. I think we should concentrate on that period.
Yes, I should have said that these purchases were made in 1971, within the period.
Yes, continue.
So the position is this, that in the year 1971-72, though her declared income was £1,580, she was spending, allowing, say, £1,000 for necessities, well, something in the region of £10,000.
Yes, sir.
Now, had she sold any of her capital assets?
No, sir.
So you asked the jury to draw the inference, do you not, Mr. Gordon, that the income, in fact, she greatly exceeded the sum that she had declared?
Correct, sir.
Now, when you collected all of this evidence, did you confront Mrs. Airey with it?
Yes, I did. And on the first occasion, she said that a relative had left her the money in his will. When challenged to produce evidence to substantiate her statement, she said, and I quote, "I didn't keep any records." Well, I asked her to name the executor of the estate, or the solicitor who drew up the will, and she replied, I quote, "I can't remember who it was."
But surely such information is quite easily obtainable by your department, Mr. Gordon?
Yes, my lord. I was about to mention that to Mrs. Airey when she said, after certain personal remarks,
What do you mean by...
I've been telling you fibs. I never inherited any money.
Yes, but what do you mean by personal remarks?
Well, the defendant said, and I quote, "I can't do it. You've been very kind, much nicer than I deserve. I've been telling you fibs."
Yes, I see.
Well, did you ask her again to explain the discrepancy?
Yes, sir. And she said, I quote, "I've no idea. I never did have a head for figures."
Yes. Well, did she ever suggest some other source for the money?
Yes, sir. At the second interview, she said, when pressed, "I have a friend who sometimes gives me things."
A friend?
Yes, that was the term Mrs. Airey used, my lord.
Did the lady say what the name of this friend was?
And Mr. George Wills, a builder in Fulchester.
Yes. Did you question Mr. Wills?
Yes, I did.
Did Mr. Wills corroborate Mrs. Airey's story?
Mr. Sissons, do you object to that question?
No, my lord. This evidence is acceptable as true.
Very well. You may answer the question, Mr. Gordon.
No, sir. He denied all knowledge of Mrs. Airey.
And what was Mrs. Airey's reaction when confronted with Mr. Wills' denial?
Well, she was very upset.
Angry?
Hurt. She wept.
So how would you describe Mrs. Airey's attitude throughout these interviews?
Well, tearful and confusing.
In what way confusing?
Well, for example, my lord, when questioned as to how she was able to afford to send her 2 sons to St. Swithin's Preparatory School, she insisted that by law she was forced to send her sons to school.
So she is.
I know, my lord, but not necessarily to one of the most expensive preparatory schools in the country.
Yes, I see.
When I questioned her about her 3 fur coats valued at £1,700, she said, and I quote, "I had to look nice when I went to see Paul and Timothy at their school."
Yes, but of course that's not an answer, Mr. Gordon.
No, sir. Well, I pointed this out to Mrs. Airey.
What did she say?
Well, she accused me of wanting to make her children ashamed of her.
Well, that's not an answer either.
No, sir. Well, I hope you're beginning to appreciate my problem.
Yes, indeed I am, Mr. Gordon. Now, were all Mrs. Airey's answers to specific questions equally irrelevant?
Yes, most of them, yes, sir.
Therefore, to summarize, Mr. Gordon, it would be true to say, would it not, that as a result of your investigations, you've revealed that Mrs. Airey has, for a number of years, lived well beyond her declared means.
Correct, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gordon. No further questions, my lord.
Mr. Gordon, we have heard you say that Mrs. Airey admitted lying to you about an inheritance. Now, an admission of this kind would be unusual in your experience.
Yes.
What was your impression of Mrs. Airey?
Well, I don't quite know how to answer that.
Well, surely in the course of your job as a tax inspector you must have interviewed thousands of tax evaders.
Yes.
And you must have formed opinions as to their characters.
Yes.
Then what opinion did you form of Mrs. Airey?
Well, she seemed a very nice woman. Very attractive.
Not a hardened criminal.
Oh, no, sir, very respectable. Well,
You were going to say?
I know nothing, sir.
You assessed Mrs. Airey's expenditure in 1971-72 at around £10,000.
Yes, sir.
Was this an accurate assessment?
Well, we'll put it this way. Can be shown, Mrs. Airey can be shown from the documents I obtained from her to have spent £10,260. There could be further expenditure, which there was no trace.
So, in other words, the figure is a guess.
I wouldn't call it that.
You are familiar with Mrs. Airey's way of life.
Well, as a result of my investigations, I have some knowledge of the manner in which she lives.
And in the course of your work, I suppose you have met many people like Mrs. Airey.
No, I can honestly say I've never met anyone quite like Mrs. Airey.
But it is true to say, is it not, Mr. Gordon, that apart from the fib concerning an inheritance, which Mrs. Airey immediately admitted, she did not in fact lie to you about anything else?
Well, I don't know.
But you must have investigated her other statements.
Yes.
Did they prove to be false?
No, but there were some questions she refused to answer.
Did she say why?
She said she couldn't. It wouldn't be fair.
To whom?
She didn't say.
Thank you.
Mr. Gordon, there's just one point I'd like to clarify. Mrs. Airey has claimed that suggested that the explanation for the discrepancy between her declared income and her means was that she'd received gifts from a Mr. Wills.
Yes, sir.
But Mr. Wills denied this.
Yes, he did, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Gordon. How long have you been a tax inspector for, Mr. Gordon?
12 years.
Yes, thank you. No further questions, my lord.
You may stand down, Mr. Gordon.
That concludes the case for the prosecution, my lord.
The first witness for the defense is Mr. George Wills.
George Wills, please. Could you come this way, please?
What is your religion? Church of England.
You are George Wellington Wills of the Beeches, Hall Road, Fulchester.
I am.
And you're managing director of Wills and Thomas Construction Limited.
That's right.
You are acquainted with the defendant, Mrs. Barbara Airey.
I am.
How long have you known the defendant?
Oh, 7 years.
And during that time, have you given her money?
Yes.
How much?
Well, it's difficult to say exactly.
Well, approximately how much each year?
Well, as I say, it's not easy to say exactly how much. I gave her money from time to time.
Yes, but you must have been able to find out how much from your bank accounts and so on. You've been over your accounts?
Yes, my lord.
Well, then how much?
Well, it comes out roughly at about £2,000 a year, but it could be more.
Now, was this money given by you to Mrs. Airey for any specific business reason?
No.
It was an out-and-out gift to Mrs. Airey?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why did you give Mrs. Airey £2,000 a year?
Because I wanted to.
Yes, Mr. Wills, but the court needs to know why you wanted to give her the money.
Oh, does it?
Indeed it does, Mr. Wills.
My lord, this is very embarrassing for me.
Why, Mr. Wills?
Well, I'm married.
Were you Mrs. Airey's lover?
My lord, do I have to answer that?
Yes, Mr. Wills.
Could I not write the answer to that on a piece of paper and hand it to your
No,
lordship?
Mr. Wills, you could not.
Are there any reporters in the court?
Answer the question, Mr. Wills.
Oh, George, I am sorry I dragged you into this.
Mrs. Airey, must not speak to the witness.
Sorry, my lord. Sorry, George.
Were you the defendant's lover?
Yes.
Oh, speak up, please, Mr. Wills. The jury cannot hear you.
Yes.
You were Mrs. Airey's lover?
Well, I said so, didn't I? The wife will do a nut when she finds out.
You were her lover for 7 years?
Yes.
And that was why you gave the defendant £2,000 a year?
Yes.
And is it because you were married that you had first told Mr. Gordon that you didn't know Mrs. Airey?
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Wills. I won't embarrass you further.
thank you.
Mr. Wills, you say you gave the defendant £2,000 a year in return for her favours.
What? Oh, yes.
Now, how often did you enjoy these favours?
Eh?
Well, how often did you visit Mrs. Airey?
My lord, that's a very personal question.
Well, that may be, Mr. Wills, but I must remind you that you are on oath and you must answer.
Mondays and Fridays.
Mondays and Fridays?
That's right.
Well, why just Mondays and Fridays?
Oh, well, you see, those are the days that I'm away on business, the only days.
You mean the only days your wife thinks you're away on business?
Yes. But it suited Barbara, too.
Why?
Well, you see, she's very keen on Scottish country dancing. And every other night she's dancing. Or learning Russian.
Russian?
Yes, my lord. She goes to evening classes in Russian conversation.
Yes. Now, Mr. Wills, did you pay for the education of Mrs. Airey's sons?
No.
Did you pay for Mrs. Airey's various holidays?
No. Well, not specifically.
Now, what do you mean by that, Mr. Wills?
Well, I didn't give her 100 quid or whatever and say, have a nice holiday on that, love. I just gave her money from time to time and presents. And what she did with it, I never asked.
You mean to tell the court, Mr. Wills, that you gave Mrs. Airey money and didn't find out what she did with it?
I didn't demand precise accounts, if that's what you mean.
Well, I wish you had, Mr. Wills. That is not what I meant. Did Mrs. Airey ever tell you what she did with the money that you gave to her?
Oh, yeah, sometimes. Like she'd say, oh, do you fancy this new dress I bought with that 50 quid or whatever it was I gave her?
Well, she was no more specific than that.
Oh, no.
What about her cars? She changed her car every other year.
Well, I thought her cars come out of the business.
But the hairdressing business.
Yes.
Well, do you know where Mrs. Airey's income came from?
Well, from a business, of course.
Mrs. Airey told you that.
Well, no.
Are we to understand that you are under the distinct impression that Mrs. Airey's business was successful?
Well, must have been, mustn't it?
Yes, Mrs. Airey lived well.
Oh, very well.
Yes. Well, according to the accounts she submitted to the Inland Revenue, her profits never exceeded £1,600 per annum.
Oh.
Now, do you know anything about her business? Did she ever discuss it?
No.
Well, did you ask her?
Yes, but she'd say, you don't want to talk about my silly old hairdressing salon. And so we never did.
So Mrs. Airey was secretive about her business?
No, but we had something else to talk about.
Yes, I'm sure you did. Now, you said in evidence that you gave Mrs. Airey about £2,000 a year. Why 2,000?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it was what I could afford, I suppose.
Well, did you both discuss how much you should pay?
No.
Well, then how did you reach a figure of 2,000?
I honestly don't know. You know, she needed money from time to time. I give it her, and it worked out at about £2,000 a year, roughly.
So Mrs. Airey fixed the sum?
Oh, yes. I'm not complaining, mind you. It was worth it.
Yes, now you say it worked out about £2,000 a year, roughly. Now, how roughly?
Well, you see, in a good year it might be 2,500, and in a bad year it might be as low as 1,750. I mean, it was whatever my business, could afford.
I see.
Mr. Wills, do you mean that Mrs. Airey varied the scale of her demands according to whether your business was doing well or badly?
Yes, my lord. She's a very sensible woman, a very nice person.
Yes, well, how much did you give her in the year 1971-72, the year ending the 5th of April, 1972?
Well, 1971-72, that were a good year. I suppose I gave her about £2,500.
Yes, so it is true, Mr. Wills, is it not, that at no time did your gifts to Mrs. Airey exceed £2,500 in a single year?
That's right.
And to the best of your knowledge, the money that you gave her and the money that she made from her business were her only sources of income.
Yes.
Right. Now, Mr. Wills, I wonder if you would do a brief sum for the jury.
Sum? Well, okay.
Thank you. Now, £2,500 plus £1,580. What does that amount to?
4,080.
Yes. Now, subtract that from £10,260.
Could I do that, please, on a piece of paper?
If you wish. 10,260.
That, 6,180.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Wills. No further questions.
Mr. Wills.
No further questions. No further questions.
Mrs. Airey, it's for your counsel to decide whether he wishes to re-examine this witness or not.
But I don't want him to.
Mrs. Airey, why ever not?
Because I don't want George subjected to any more of this sort of thing. Well, look at him, the poor man. It's just not fair. He's not used to this sort of thing.
Mrs. Airey, I must remind you that you are on trial and that Mr. Wills, as I understand it, is your sole witness.
Oh, I know that, but I had no idea he was going to be questioned the way he has.
Well, the prosecuting counsel is only doing his job.
Oh, I know, my lord. I'm not complaining. It's George.
Well, what about Mr. Wills?
Well, he's been asked all these terribly embarrassing questions. He's a married man, you know, with 2 teenage children. Well, I mean to say, just think what the press are going to make of it all.
Well, so long as the press do not publish a libel, there's nothing that you or I can do about it, madam.
There is one thing I can do, my lord.
And what's that?
Refuse to let George be humiliated any further.
My lord, if my client persists, I will, of course, have to withdraw from the case.
Now, just 1 minute, please, Mr. Sissons. Now, Mrs. Airey, do you wish to dismiss your counsel and conduct your case yourself?
No, of course not. I'm not nearly clever enough to do that. Besides, I think Mr. Sissons is doing very well, considering.
Yes, well then, Mrs. Airey, I suggest that you permit Mr. Sissons to conduct the case as he thinks best.
Oh, I will, my lord.
Well, then let us continue.
So long as it is clearly understood that George leaves the box now.
My lord, under the circumstances, I think you will appreciate that
Now, let us not be hasty, Mr. Sissons, please. Mrs. Airey, I will adjourn for a few minutes so that you may discuss this matter with your counsel.
There's nothing to discuss, my lord.
Nothing?
Well, I've said everything I had to say. I thought I made it all quite clear.
My lord, I do agree with my client. I see no point in continuing this discussion.
But you will go on as my counsel, won't you? Please.
Very well, Mrs. Airey. My lord, I think I can, on reconsideration, dispense with the question I was going to ask Mr. Wills.
Oh, good.
Yes, well, I'm sure that's in everybody's interests, Mr. Sissons.
Does that mean I can go?
Yes, Mr. Wills, you may stand down.
Thank you, my lord. Thanks, love.
That's all right, George.
Can we get on now, Mr. Sissons?
I now call the defendant.
My lord.
Mrs. Airey, you must not keep interrupting the proceedings.
I'm sorry, my lord. I just wanted to ask a question.
What, Mrs. Airey?
Well, I've been thinking, and I don't think my case is going very well, do you?
Mrs. Airey, I cannot possibly comment upon the conduct
Oh, my
of
lord,
this
I don't want you to do anything wrong. It's just that, well, I don't think it's going very well, and I was wondering if...
What, Mrs. Airey?
Well, I was wondering if I might call another witness. Perhaps 2?
Well, I suggest you discuss that matter with Mr. Sissons.
Oh, I will, my lord, but there's nothing in law to prevent me calling fresh witnesses, is there?
No, legally you're entitled to call anybody you think may help your case.
Then I wish to call Mr. Arthur Moore.
Yes, I presume Mr. Moore is available.
Oh, Arthur will turn up and give evidence. All I've got to do is ring him up.
You mean he's not here in court today? Well, since it's nearly 4 o'clock, I suggest that we adjourn until tomorrow morning. And, Mrs. Airey, please sort out your problems with your counsel before the morning, will you? We don't want any more adjournment.
I will, my lord.
All stand.
You're very kind, my lord.
The case of the Queen against Airey will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. Barbara Airey lived in style. A comfortable house in the best part of Fulchester, a new car every year. Her sons at an expensive boarding school. The Inland Revenue wanted to know how she managed it. Did it all come from the profits of her hairdressing salon? What was Barbara Airey's secret?
All stand. Now, Mr. Sissons, yesterday Mrs. Airey wished to call an extra witness. Is that witness in court?
Yes, my lord, he's waiting to be called.
Yes, well, I trust, Mr. Sissons, that you and your client are now agreed about how her case should be presented.
Hopefully, my lord, we are.
And let us hope there will be no more of yesterday's confusion.
I'm sorry about what happened yesterday, my lord.
And no more interruptions, please, Mrs. Airey.
Sorry, my lord.
Call your next witness, Mr. Sissons.
I call Arthur Moore.
Arthur Moore, please. Only come this way, sir, please.
What is your religion?
C.V.
Take the testament in your right hand and read aloud the words on this card.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You are Arthur Moore.
Yes.
Please speak up, Mr. Moore.
Yes.
And you live at Eaton Mill, Wayford, near Fulchester.
Yes. I said yes, my lord.
What is your occupation, Mr. Moore?
Company director and manager.
Could you be more specific, Mr. Moore?
I'm a director of Moore and Tucker.
That's a large department store in Fulchester, my lord.
Yes. And, Mr. Moore, you described yourself as a manager. What are you a manager of?
The store in Fulchester.
That's Moore and Tucker.
Yes.
Is there something the matter with your voice, Mr. Moore?
No, my lord. No, I'm quite all right.
Well, then, could we proceed with all possible dispatch, subject to Mr. Moore's laryngeal deficiencies?
As your lordship pleases. Mr. Moore, are you acquainted with the defendant, Mrs. Barbara Airey?
Yes.
Now, how long have you known her?
10 years.
Are you Mrs. Airey's lover?
My lord, could I ask that my evidence be heard in camera?
In camera? This is not a security matter, is it, Mr. Moore?
It could be for me, my lord.
Yes, I mean, is the security of the state involved?
Well, no.
You are married, I take it, Mr. Moore?
Yes, my lord, now that's just it.
Yes. All the same, I'm afraid your evidence cannot be heard in camera.
Oh.
Mr. Moore, let me ask you once again. Are you Mrs. Airey's lover?
Yes.
And how long have you been her lover?
Not very long.
Well, how long?
10 years.
10 years?
Yes, my lord.
During that period, have you been in the habit of giving Mrs. Airey presents?
Occasionally. Yes. Yes.
And what has been the nature of these presents?
Various things.
Money?
Sometimes.
How much money did you give Mrs. Airey last year?
Oh, about 2,000, I suppose.
£2,000?
Perhaps a little more.
£3,000?
2.5, I should think.
Did you give her any other presents as well?
Occasionally.
What kind of presents?
I gave her a fur coat once and one or two other things.
Jewels?
Arthur, you gave me those pearl earrings, remember?
Oh,
and the stereo set.
Yes.
Mrs. Airey, it is quite impermissible for you to tell your witness what to say.
Oh, sorry, my
Moreover,
lord.
I will not tolerate a repetition of yesterday's wrangling.
I was just trying to jog Arthur's memory.
Mr. Moore, in return for all these gifts, you enjoyed, as my learned friend so elegantly puts it, Mrs. Airey's favours.
Well, yes.
You visited Mrs. Airey regularly?
Yes.
On any particular days of the week?
Yes, on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Ah. Never on any other days?
Oh, no, that was our arrangement. Thursday is our half-day closing in Fulchester.
Mr. Moore, did you never visit Mrs. Airey on any other day of the week?
Oh, no, my lord, no. Mondays and Fridays are her nights for Scottish country dancing, and on Wednesdays she learns Russian.
But I thought... are you sure that those are the days on which Mrs. Airey indulges in her cultural activities?
Oh, yes, my lord.
Mr. Moore, over the period of the 10 years, how much have you given Mrs. Airey each year?
2,000 on average, I suppose.
Did Mrs. Airey ever at any time discuss her other sources of income with you?
You mean our hairdressing business?
Did she discuss that?
Sometimes.
Did she say how it was doing financially?
Well, no.
Did she discuss any other source of income?
No.
Did she mention Mr. George Wills at any time?
No.
Mr. George Wills of Wills and Thomas Construction Limited?
No, she didn't.
Thank you. No further questions, Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore, how did you come to be in this court today?
Barbara phoned me this morning.
Oh, she phoned you. What did she say?
My lord, my client's conversation with Mr. Moore is, in my submission, quite inadmissible.
No, Mr. Sissons, Mr. Moore should answer the question.
Well, Barbara asked me to come to court today to give evidence. She was lucky to get me, actually.
Well, why was that?
I'd just come back from a business trip.
I see. Did Mrs. Airey tell you about Mr. Wills?
No.
No, Mr. Moore?
No, my lord, she didn't say very much at all, actually. She couldn't.
Well, why not?
Well, she phoned me at home. My wife was there.
Well, do you know Mr. Wills?
Well, you see his name a lot on building sites in Fulchester.
That's not the question I asked, Mr. Moore.
No, I don't know Mr. Wills personally.
Were you aware that Mrs. Airey knew him?
No.
Were you aware that he was also Mrs. Airey's lover?
What?
Mr. Wills has been Mrs. Airey's lover for the past 7 years.
But he can't be.
Why not?
Well, because I am, and I mean, well, bloody hell, it... Excuse me, my lord.
This time, Mr. Moore?
It won't happen again, my lord, but... Damn it, I'm paying Barbara $2,500 a year.
Yes, so is Mr. Wills, Mr. Moore.
What?
Mr. Wills mentioned in his evidence that he is paying Mrs. Airey between £2,000 and £2,500 a year.
But it can't be.
Why not?
Well, I've never seen him with Barbara.
You said that you visited Mrs. Airey on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Wills mentioned Mondays and Fridays.
Barbara, how could you?
Oh, Arthur, I can explain.
Not at the moment, Mrs. Airey, if you please.
Couldn't I, my lord?
No, Mrs. Airey.
It won't take a second.
No.
But Arthur's awfully sensitive. He'll be terribly hurt if I'm not allowed to...
Well, I just don't know what to say.
Mr. Moore, are you saying that you had no idea at all that Mrs. Airey had another liaison?
I didn't know she had anyone else.
You found it hard to accept?
Yes.
Yes, so do I.
What do you mean?
Oh, come now, Mr. Moore. One might concede that Mrs. Airey could keep her lovers apart for some time. A year, perhaps even 2, but for 7 years?
I've known Barbara for 10.
10 years?
Yes, I'm the father of...
Yes? You're the father of one of her children, is that what you were about to say?
Yes.
Which child?
Paul, the youngest.
And how old is he?
9.
Now, both the children go to boarding school, do they not? Do you know who pays for their fees?
I pay Paul's.
Yes, £730 a year, is it not?
Something like that.
Yes. Now, is that £730 included in the £2,000 that you say you give to Mrs. Airey?
Yes, it's included in the 2,000.
I see. You're fond of Mrs. Airey?
Yes, very fond.
You ever considered marrying her?
Yes. But I'm married already.
Has Mrs. Airey never pressed you to divorce your wife?
Good heavens, no, Barbara's not like that. She's against divorce. Besides, my wife owns a lot of shares in my business, and, well, divorce just isn't on.
Yes. You see, Mr. Moore, I suggest that you are not now Mrs. Airey's lover, and have not been for some time.
No, that's not
You
true.
persist in this unlikely story that you and Mr. Wills shared Mrs. Airey's affections for 7 years without knowing of the existence of each other?
Well, I didn't know about Mr. Wills.
Mr. Moore, you are on oath, and his lordship will tell you that perjury is a very serious offence.
I know, and I'm telling the truth.
When did you last see Mrs. Airey?
A week last Thursday.
Not since then.
I've been away on business.
What's the colour scheme of her bedroom?
What?
What colour is her bedroom?
Well, I don't remember exactly.
Surely you've been in Mrs. Airey's bedroom.
Yes.
Well, what colour is it then? White? Green? Blue? Gold? Pink? Purple?
Blue.
You're sure?
Yes, blue. I think.
Mr. Moore, would you do a sum for me?
Well, certainly.
Yes, I don't think you need your computer. 2,500 plus 2,000
4,500.
plus 1,580.
6,080.
Now, subtract that from 10,260.
4,180.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore. No further questions, my lord.
You may stand down, Mr. Moore.
My lord, my client has told me of another material witness who I now wish to call, Mr. Raymond Dean.
Raymond Dean, please. Come and sit.
What is your religion?
Oh, I wish to affirm.
Kindly read the words on this card.
I do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You are Raymond Dean of the Grange, Old Melton.
Yes.
What is your occupation?
Garage owner.
Are you married, Mr. Dean?
Yes.
Mr. Dean, are you Mrs. Airey's lover?
Yes.
How long has the liaison continued?
Oh, 10 years about. 10 years at least.
You're not the father of either of Mrs. Airey's children?
Oh, yes, I'm the father of Paul.
But it can't be. That man's lying.
Well, who the hell's he calling a lie?
I'm Paul's
Gentlemen, Mr. Moore, you have given your evidence. If you're not silent, I shall have you removed from the court.
Sorry, my lord.
Now then, Mr. Dean, are you sure that you're Paul Airey's father?
Well, of course I am. I should know.
Well, Mr. Moore claimed that honour in his evidence.
Well, I don't know why. I'm Paul's father, my lord. I pay his school fees, don't I?
And so he claims, does he?
Yes, but Paul looks like me.
Rubbish, he looks exactly like me.
I could explain, my lord.
No, not at the moment, Mrs. Airey, please.
All right, my lord.
My lord, I've a right to know if I'm the father of my child.
What about me?
Now, gentlemen, this is a court of law, but the case before us concerns an alleged attempt to defraud the Inland Revenue. We are not here to decide the paternity of Mrs. Airey's child. Mr. Sissons, continue, please.
Mr. Dean, are you acquainted with Mr. Moore?
What? No, I've never met him until just now.
So you were not, in fact, aware that you were sharing Mrs. Airey with him?
Not with him. I knew about George Wills, of course.
No, how?
Well, I read it in the papers this morning. Came as quite a shock, I can tell you. I never thought for a moment that Barbara was immoral.
Immoral, Mr. Dean?
Well, you know what I mean, my lord.
But you've admitted keeping Mrs. Airey yourself.
Yes, but I was only seeing her at weekends. And besides, it was practically like being married to her. It had been going on long enough.
Has there ever been any suggestion of marriage between you?
Yes. But Barbara knows I can't get a divorce at the moment. My wife's an invalid.
Have you ever given Mrs. Airey any money?
Regularly. About £4,000 a year.
Thank you. No further questions, my lord.
Mr. Dean, you say you only saw Mrs. Airey at weekends.
That's right. I'm busy during the week. And in that case, so's Barbara. I mean, she goes to Russian language classes and Scottish country dancing.
Yes, yes.
At least, she said she did.
Now, do you mean to tell the court that in 10 years you never once called on Mrs. Airey at home during the week?
No. That would have been against our agreement.
Agreement?
Well, Barbara said that between running her business and the family, the boys were small then, she just didn't have time for more. Anyway, weekends worked out fine for me.
Yes, all the same, Mr. Dean. Surely circumstances arose from time to time which made it imperative for you to see Mrs. Airey during the week, perhaps. Something to do with the children.
No, if I wanted to speak to her during the week, I telephoned her, or she phoned me.
Yes. Did you ever find yourself talking to a strange man?
No. Oh, yes. Yes, once I did, about 4 years ago, something like that. I phoned Barbara one evening, and a bloke answered.
Well, who was it?
I don't know. She said it was the doctor.
The doctor?
Yeah, she wasn't feeling very well at the time.
You believed her?
Well, I didn't think much about it at that time. She never seemed to look at another man. She always seemed very, very loving, very faithful.
Now, did Mrs. Airey ever discuss her business with you?
Well, not what you'd call discuss. She'd mention it from time to time, but business was the last thing I wanted to discuss at the weekends, believe me.
Yes. Now, did she ever tell you how her business was doing?
No, not really.
Did she ever tell you that, in fact, her business was doing rather badly?
No.
Would you describe a profit of £1,500 as a good return on capital?
Depends on what the capital is, doesn't it?
Yes, Mr. Parsons, that wasn't a very helpful question.
Yes, my lord. Now, you told my learned friend that you paid for the boy Paul's schooling.
Yes.
Now, you also said you gave Mrs. Airey about £4,000 a year.
Yes.
Now, are the school fees included in the £4,000 a year?
Yes, the £4,000 was all I gave her.
Yes. £4,000 is a lot of money. How much do you yourself declare to the Inland Revenue?
My lord, do I have to answer that?
Yes, Mr. Dean.
9,000 a year?
Yes, how many garages do you own?
5. And I've also got an agency for foreign sports cars.
Yes. All the same, £4,000 is quite a chunk out of your income.
Yes.
Yes. Have you any children by your wife?
No.
Do you claim tax on a child by Mrs. Airey?
No.
Must pay a lot of income tax.
You can say that again.
Yes. No doubt the Inland Revenue will be curious as how you manage to support such an expensive mistress on your income.
Yes, I know.
And I'm sure the jury are also curious.
My lord, it is my client who is on trial here, not Mr. Dean.
My lord, the income of these 3 witnesses is central to this whole case. As it stands, we only have their unsupported testimony that, in fact, they gave the money to Mrs. Airey that they say they did.
In due course, Mrs. Airey will substantiate that testimony.
My lord, since it is Mrs. Airey's defence that she accepted money and gifts from these 3 men, it would be most surprising if she contradicted them.
My lord, Mrs. Airey, like Mr. Moore, Mr. Dean and Mr. Wills, is on oath, or will be. If any of them lie, they lay themselves open to a charge of perjury.
My lord, in view of the declared incomes of these 3 witnesses, I think I am entitled to suggest that they are not being frank with the Inland Revenue, and they are not being frank in this court today.
It is that unfounded and unwarranted accusation that I object to, my lord.
Yes, gentlemen.
My lord.
Yes, Mr. Dean?
Look, I don't want to get involved in all this legal argument. Can I plead the Fifth Amendment?
Fifth Amendment?
Well, whatever it is, they plead in America, my lord.
This is not America, Mr. Dean.
No, I realise
my
that,
lord,
my lord,
if I may elucidate.
Yes, please do, Mr. Sissons.
The Fifth Amendment is an American legal device whereby a witness may refuse to answer certain questions on the grounds that they might incriminate him.
I am impressed by the breadth of your learning, Mr. Sissons.
Thank you, my lord. It's the result of a misspent youth.
Misspent?
An addiction to Edward G. Robinson films, my lord.
Ah, yes, indeed, yes. Well, let me put your mind at rest, Mr. Dean. Yes, we have a similar principle in this country. It is known as privilege against self-incrimination.
Oh, good.
However, I must point out that learned counsel for the defence was also quite right when he pointed out that you are under oath, and if you lie, you will be guilty of perjury.
I understand, my lord.
Now then, do you swear that no matter what your declared income, you were able to afford the expense of keeping Mrs. Airey?
Yes.
How did you give her the money?
Oh, I don't know what you mean.
I mean, how did you give her the money? In cash or by cheque?
Oh, cash, of course.
Large sums, small sums?
Oh, it varies.
Weren't you paid in each visit?
No, of course not. There's nothing mercenary about Barbara.
Oh, for a lady who isn't mercenary, she would appear to do remarkably well financially. However, when did you give her the money?
Oh, when I had the spare cash available. Like last month, I gave her 450 quid.
Which you just happened to have available? No matter. How did you arrive at the total figure which would be acceptable to Mrs. Airey?
How do you mean?
Well, you just mentioned a figure of £4,000. Now, how did you reach that figure?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Well, why not 2,000 or 3,000 or 10,000?
Oh, I couldn't afford that.
Did you ever discuss finances with Mrs. Airey?
No, not really.
Then how did you arrive at that figure?
Well, that's the way it kind of worked out at. I mean, Barbara sometimes would say to me, don't give me all that, it's too much. So I don't.
Ah, so it was really Mrs. Airey who dictated the sum involved?
Oh, yes, I suppose so.
And over the years, it's worked out at about £4,000.
Yes.
And you say she isn't mercenary?
No, just sensible about money. I mean, you couldn't have a relationship, well, not one as long as Barbara's and mine, unless the woman was sensible about the financial side of things.
More than just sensible. Mrs. Airey has shown remarkable financial acumen.
Oh, yes, maybe.
Therefore, that suggests, does it not, that she's a very good businesswoman?
Ah, well, I don't think
Mr.
you
Parsons,
can...
I don't see how the witness can answer that question.
As your lordship pleases, I'll leave the jury to draw their own conclusions. Mr. Dean, one last question. What is the colour of Mrs. Airey's bedroom?
What?
The decoration, Mr. Dean. What colour is it? Now, surely after 10 years you must be familiar with Mrs. Airey's bedroom.
Yes. Pink.
Pink?
Pink.
You're sure?
Look, I'm a businessman, not an interior decorator.
Yes, but you're not colour-blind, though, are you?
No, of course not.
Pink.
Pink!
Now, the previous witness, Mr. Moore, one of your co-admirers of Mrs. Airey, said to the court that Mrs. Airey's bedroom was blue.
Well, pink, blue, what does it matter?
Yes, I must confess, Mr. Parsons, that I'm rather of Mr. Dean's opinion. What does it matter, in fact?
Well, my lord, either this witness or Mr. Moore were lying.
I am telling the truth.
Ah! Then it must be Mr. Moore.
My lord, I really must...
Or both these witnesses are lying. My lord, the whole of Mrs. Airey's ingenious but highly improbable case is based on the testimony of these last two witnesses. Without them, she has no defence.
Well, that, Mr. Parsons, is a point I think you could more fruitfully make in your final speech to the jury.
As your lordship pleases. Mr. Dean, have you ever been in Mrs. Airey's bedroom?
Of course.
When?
Weekends.
Now, when was the last time?
Last weekend.
Mr. Dean, I put it to you that your evidence is a tissue of lies.
No, sir.
An ingenious fairy tale designed to disguise a complete and total lack of hard evidence.
No.
Do you think the jury believes you, Mr. Dean?
Mr. Dean, have you been Mrs. Airey's lover for the last 10 years?
Yes, sir.
Is the evidence that you have given this court true?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Dean.
You may stand down, Mr. Dean.
Oh, thank you, my lord.
I call the defendant, Mrs. Barbara Airey.
I am sorry.
Mrs. Airey.
Coming, my lord.
The case of the Queen against Airey will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. Things have changed since biblical times. The wages of sin used to be death, but today there are luxury home, a fancy car and exotic holidays, and an expensive boarding school for your children. At least, that's how Barbara Airey explained her way of life. Did her three lovers keep her in style, or was it all a lie to cover up years of income tax evasion? We'll find out on this, the last day of the trial of Barbara Airey at Fulchester Crown Court.
You are Mrs. Barbara Evangeline Airey of the Willows, George Road, Fulchester.
I am, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Mrs. Airey?
Sorry, my lord. It's Evangeline. It's such a ghastly name. I mean, fancy calling a child Evangeline.
I think it's quite a pleasant name.
You're very kind, my lord.
But you must just answer the question, Mrs. Airey.
Sorry, my lord, I talk too much.
You are the owner of Barbara's hairdressing salon.
I am.
The tax returns for the financial year, which were presented in evidence by the prosecution, these are the returns that you yourself submitted to the Inland Revenue.
They are.
Are these returns, to the best of your knowledge, accurate?
They are.
These returns show an annual profit for your business of between £1,500 and £1,600 a year.
Yes, that's right. I'm afraid I'm not a very good businesswoman.
Mrs. Airey, are you married?
I'm a widow.
When did your late husband die?
Almost 11 years ago. He was killed in a car crash.
You have children?
Yes, 2 sons, 9 and 10. Timmy, the oldest, was just 2 weeks old when Brian was killed. He was still celebrating, wetting the baby's head. It happened on the Leicester Road.
And you were left a widow with a small baby?
Yes.
Life can't have been easy for you.
No, but I managed. Well, I had to, didn't I?
Now, you've heard the evidence of the 3 witnesses for the defense.
Yes. I must say how grateful I am that they turned up in court today. I know what it's cost them.
Quite. 2 of the witnesses, Mr. Moore and Mr. Dean, have said in evidence that they have been your lovers for 10 years.
I don't like that word.
What word, Mrs. Airey?
Lover. It has sordid connotations.
Well, what word would you use to describe your association with these 3 men?
Friends. Loving friends. I mean, well, it wasn't just sex, if you take my meaning, my lord.
Indeed. Mr. Sissons?
Mrs. Airey, Mr. Wills has said in evidence that you and he enjoyed an association for 7 years.
Yes. I'm a very lucky woman to have known 3 such wonderful men for so long.
They all give you money?
Oh, yes, they're very generous.
How much money did they give you?
Well, I never really worked it out.
Well, they seem to have given you presents and money to the value of about £10,000 a year.
Well, if they say so, then it must be so. As I said, they're very generous.
Now, these were all gifts, were they not?
Yes.
And as such, not liable to tax?
That's my understanding, Mr. Sissons.
Mrs. Airey, did these 3 men all appear willingly to give evidence in court?
Well, of course. How could I force them to if they didn't want to?
You didn't subpoena them?
Whatever that is, no, I didn't.
You didn't threaten them or issue them with a writ demanding their appearance?
Of course I didn't.
Thank you, Mrs. Airey.
Mrs. Airey, you know what a prostitute is?
Yes, of course.
Yes, how would you describe a prostitute?
Well, a woman who takes money for sex, I suppose.
Yes, and you say that's what you are doing?
Certainly not.
And how would you describe your activities with these 3 men, Mrs. Airey?
Perfectly respectable.
Respectable, Mrs. Airey?
Well, I'm certainly not a prostitute. I'm very fond of Arthur, George, and Raymond. And I'm completely faithful to them. I haven't looked at another man. They know that.
And if your story is true, Mrs. Airey, you did rather more than look, since you were unfaithful with each of them, apparently without the others knowing.
That's not being unfaithful. I admit they didn't know of each other's existence, but that isn't being unfaithful.
And how would you describe your conduct, Mrs. Airey?
Sensible.
Sensible?
Yes, well, men are so odd about these sort of things. They have no sense of perspective.
Yes, could you explain that, Mrs. Airey?
Well, you see, I met Arthur and Raymond at about the same time.
That's Mr. Moore and Mr. Dean.
Yes. Well, what woman could resist Raymond? He's so masterful. While Arthur's so attractive and passionate. Well, perhaps it was wrong of me, but, well, I just couldn't choose between them.
But why not, Mrs. Airey? I mean, most women quite successfully choose a single suitor. Why not you?
Well, most women aren't as lucky as I was. I mean, some don't have any choice at all.
Yes, but even Paris succeeded in choosing between 3 goddesses.
Well, I don't know who he was, but 2 of them can't have been much good, can they?
But you see, Mrs. Airey, you don't seem to have made any effort to choose between any of them.
Oh, I did.
How?
Well, I thought that if I got to know them both very well, I'd be bound to prefer one of them after a while.
After a while, Mrs. Airey, you've known Mr. Moore and Mr. Dean for 10 years. When are you going to come to a decision?
Well, it hasn't been easy. In fact, it's been impossible. They're all so gorgeous. And in any case, Paul happened.
Yes, your younger son.
Yes. Both Raymond and Arthur were so pleased.
Yes, you apparently told both of them that they were the father.
Yes, well, perhaps that wasn't quite right of me, but you see, I didn't know which the real father was, did I? I mean, it could have been Arthur, it could have been Raymond.
Didn't you say they were both paying you large sums of money?
That didn't come into it.
How did Mr. Wills come into it then?
George. But I didn't meet George until Paul was 3.
Yes, so why did you start what do you call it? A loving friendship with Mr. Wills?
He completely swept me off my feet.
Yes, you would appear to be extremely insecure on your feet, Mrs. Airey.
Not at all. George was... Well, I mean, he just needs someone. At first I began by feeling sorry for him, but then... Well, he's very dashing.
Yes, and of course, as you say, he was willing to pay you £2,000 a year.
I never mentioned money to George.
Ah, your relationship with Mr. Wills was such that you put it beyond price.
I don't know what you mean.
Did you ever discuss money with Mr. Moore and Mr. Dean?
Well, not really.
No, that's an evasive answer, Mrs. Airey. Did you discuss money, yes or no?
It sometimes came into the conversation.
Please answer yes or no, Mrs. Airey.
My lord, I can't.
What cannot you do, Mrs. Airey?
Answer yes or no.
Why not?
Well, some questions just can't be answered that simply.
Yes, I agree. Questions of opinion can very rarely be answered simply, but this is a question of fact. Either you did discuss money with Mr. Moore and Mr. Dean, or you did not.
All right, then, I did.
You did discuss money with them?
Yes.
How much they should contribute each month?
No, it wasn't like that. They knew how much I needed for the children's education, that's all.
Yes, but both of them claim to have been paying for the same child.
Well, I can't help that. I've got 2 children.
Yes, and 2 fathers paying for 1 child.
Oh, really? All you men make such a fuss about these things.
What? About paying school fees?
No, about being fathers. Fatherhood as though it was something wonderful. You know, actually, it's a bit of a fraud. Well, I mean, men don't get pregnant. Men don't produce children. A man just happens along at the right moment. So why on earth should it matter who's the biological father?
It matters in law, Mrs. Airey.
The law. Look, why should Timmy suffer just because Paul was lucky enough to have 2 fathers?
So you lied to Mr. Moore and to Mr. Dean, as you lied to the Inland Revenue.
You make it sound so cold-blooded.
Well, wasn't it, Mrs. Airey?
I didn't tell lies at all.
Well, what did you do then?
Well, I didn't know which the real father was, did I? So I arranged a test.
Oh, a test? What sort of test?
Well, I told each of them I was pregnant.
That was your test?
Yes. Well, I mean, most men would have run a mile and washed their hands of the whole thing, wouldn't they? But not Arthur and Raymond. They stood by me. They're wonderful men.
Yes, but you see, I see one flaw in your argument, Mrs. Airey.
Well, what's that?
Well, why didn't you accept the first one who passed your test? The one who accepted his responsibilities? Why did you have to test both of them?
Well, that wouldn't be fair.
Why?
Well, because the one that stood by me might not have been the child's father.
Yes, but you just told the court that biological fatherhood is irrelevant.
Well, do you know that's awfully clever? I never thought of it like that.
Oh, come now, Mrs. Airey. Are you really asking the court to believe that you hoodwinked both these men into paying Paul's school fees?
Well, not hoodwinked. They stood by me because they've both got a sense of responsibility.
Is either of them the real father of your child?
Well, of course they are. What do you take me for, Mr. Parsons?
A very clever woman, Mrs. Airey. Isn't it rather a coincidence that the 2 men you say you chose to father your bastard are both wealthy?
My lord, that's
that between them they are both paying Paul's school fees twice over? In fact, you're employing the same ingenious device to solve the paternity problem as you did to create a defence to this case of defrauding the Inland Revenue.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, the unprovable paternity, the untraceable sources of income, they are all of a piece, are they not?
Well, of course these gifts are untraceable. Really, what do you expect me to do? Demand a receipt of purchase from everyone who gives me a present?
What is the colour scheme of your bedroom, Mrs. Airey?
White and gold.
White and gold, not pink or blue.
No.
Now, I wonder why Mr. Moore and Mr. Dean made such a mistake.
I have no idea.
Are they still your lovers? I'm sorry. Your loving friends?
Of course they are. At least, I hope so.
Yes, well, you don't sound too sure.
Of course not.
It's strangely enough, they can't remember the colour of your bedroom.
Well, look, perhaps they forgot. Look, why should they come here and give evidence on my behalf? Why should they give me presents if they didn't love me?
Well, according to Mr. Gordon, Mr. Wills didn't even remember you at first.
He was frightened.
Yes. And what made him change his mind?
I don't know.
Was it you? Did you talk to him?
I rang him up, yes.
Let's face it, Mrs. Airey. These men didn't have much alternative, did they?
Well, of course they did.
They're all married.
Yes.
They
What's that got to do with it?
Well, if they hadn't have toed the line, you might have gone and spoken to their wives.
But I wouldn't do a thing like that. That's blackmail.
Yes, you've known these men a long time, have you not, Mrs. Airey?
Yes.
You must know a lot about them.
I suppose so.
About their business affairs, their personal lives, their various peculiarities.
Yes.
Things they would rather the world didn't know about.
Perhaps.
Well, let's face it, you're in a very privileged position, are you not, Mrs. Airey?
Look, if you're implying that I blackmailed these men into coming and giving evidence, you should
Well,
be struck off.
that is a possibility I have raised for the jury to consider.
Well, I didn't. Ask them.
My lord, I must protest my learned friend's line of questioning. There is no evidential basis for accusing my client of blackmail.
I think Mr. Parsons is entitled to suggest that Mrs. Airey had an influence over these men and that she might have used it to force them to assist her with suitable evidence. But she has denied it, so I think we should move on to another point.
Thank you, my lord.
As your lordship pleases. Mrs. Airey, how many assistants do you employ in your hairdressing salon?
2.
Now, if my wife wanted to have her hair done, how would she go about it?
Just ring up and make an appointment.
Yes, and you or your assistants would make a note of it.
Well, yes, it'd be written in the appointments book.
Yes, so this appointments book is the only permanent record of the fact that you did someone's hair.
Well, yes, except for the hairdo.
Yes, so it would be true to say, would it not, that your appointments book provides the only real evidence of the amount of business you actually do.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now, let us suppose for a moment that you only put down every alternate customer. Now, what would be the result of that, Mrs. Airey?
Utter confusion.
Yes, but profitable.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you'd do twice the volume of business shown in your appointment book, would you not?
Yes.
So you would be taxed on only half the real volume of your business.
Yes, but that would be criminal.
Yes, precisely,
and
Mrs.
I don't
Airey.
run my business that way,
Well,
Mr.
that is
Parsons.
for the jury to decide. Did you have a multiplicity of lovers or a multiplicity of customers?
I only had 3.
What, customers?
Lovers.
Oh, yes. Yes. Mr. Wills on Mondays and Fridays, Mr. Moore on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Mr. Dean on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes.
Which leaves Wednesdays free.
That's my night for Scottish country dancing.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Now, what about the Russian language lessons?
I gave those up when I met George. You know, I wasn't getting anywhere with Russian. The alphabet's frightfully difficult.
Mrs. Airey, are you honestly asking this jury to believe that for 7 years you had 3 regular lovers, none of whom knew of each other's existence?
Yes.
Then I have no further questions.
Mrs. Airey, did you blackmail or in any way force Mr. Moore, Mr. Dean and Mr. Wills to give evidence in this court?
I did not.
They are here of their own free will.
They are.
Did you defraud the Inland Revenue by keeping a false record of your customers?
I did not.
Are the accounts which you submitted to the Inland Revenue, to the best of your knowledge, accurate?
They are.
Thank you, Mrs. Airey. That is all. That concludes the case for the defence, my lord.
You may leave the witness box, Mrs. Airey.
Thank you, my lord.
We will now adjourn for 20 minutes and then begin the closing speeches.
All stand. All stand.
Mr. Parsons.
May it please your lordship. Members of the jury, we in this court have had the pleasure of listening to one of the most unusual and ingenious defences it has been my pleasure to hear. In defending herself against the charge of defrauding the inland revenue, Mrs. Airey has confessed to a life of moral turpitude. Now, in the year in question, she doesn't deny living at a rate of £10,000 a year on an income of £1,580. Now, in different circumstances, one might applaud this as a duplication of the miracle of the loaves and fishes. But Mrs. Airey has claimed that the reason for the discrepancy in these two figures was made up by gifts from her three lovers, Mr. Wills, Mr. Moore, and Mr. Dean. Now, you may recall that on the very first day of this trial, Mrs. Airey had one witness, Mr. Wills, and you may also recall that even he was rather a reluctant participant, having first of all denied knowing Mrs. Airey when questioned by the tax inspector. But lo and behold, she then decided, and I quote, "I don't think my case is going all that well." She then asked his lordship if she might call another witness, or perhaps even two. Well, as we know, members of the jury, it was two, Mr. Moore and Mr. Dean. Now, I certainly find it rather remarkable that with the arrival of these two new witnesses and their tales of extraordinary generosity, that the magic figure of £10,260 was reached almost to the nearest pound. Now, so far we've seen no proof of these gifts, and the three men involved were uncertain as to how and when the money was paid, or as to how their three annual totals were reached. But let us consider what else Mrs. Airey is asking us to believe. She claims that for 3 years she saw Mr. Moore on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Mr. Dean on Saturdays and Sundays, and just for good measure she added Mr. Wills on Mondays and Fridays for the following 7 years, and not one of them ever suspected the existence of the other two. Now, I suggest to you, members of the jury, that I don't deny that these three worthy gentlemen had at one time been lovers of Mrs. Airey. So you may wonder why they chose to come into court and have this fact publicized. But I put it to you, members of the jury, had they not, Mrs. Airey might have been tempted to divulge some even more succulent pieces of information about their business lives, their personal lives, or indeed their sex lives. It may have been the lesser of two evils for them to appear here before you, and I say that they did so simply to back up Mrs. Airey's missing £9,000, that the gifts that they have suggested do not exist. The money comes from her business, and you will therefore find her guilty of defrauding the inland revenue.
Mr. Sissons.
My lord, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, prosecution should be based on fact, not fantasy, on solid evidence, not innuendo. But what solid evidence has the prosecution provided? Accounts, bank statements, etc., which show that in the year in question, Mrs. Airey lived at a rate far beyond that which she could afford from her hairdressing business. But my client does not deny this, and never has. She says that 3 friends gave her presents and money which enabled her to live in style. Moreover, these 3 men have all given evidence in this court on oath, bearing out Mrs. Airey's testimony. Now, members of the jury, what more do you want? Testimony has been given and corroborated. Don't, I beg you, be swayed by the prosecution's suggestions of blackmail. Suggestions are not proof, and the prosecution has proved nothing. Lastly, let me warn you against adopting a moral attitude. You may not like Mrs. Airey's way of life. Indeed, you may be shocked and horrified by the manner in which she lives. But you must remember that sexual morality is a personal and private matter. And in any case, my client is not on trial for her morals, but for accounts submitted to the Inland Revenue. And from the evidence heard in this court, I submit that there is no proof that those accounts were anything but honest and accurate. I therefore submit that only one verdict is open to you: not guilty.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard the evidence and the arguments for both sides, and I don't intend to bore you by their repetition. Now, my function is to clarify the law. And in this case, the law is quite clear. Gifts are not taxable except where they come under capital gains tax, and those which Mrs. Airey is alleged to have received clearly do not. Now, members of the jury, I must warn you that many people regard defrauding the Inland Revenue as a very minor peccadillo. Everyone does it, or would like to, so the argument runs, so what does it matter? But members of the jury, it does matter. Those who defraud the state defraud you and me, for we are the state. Now, the problem, therefore, before you is quite simple. Do you, beyond all reasonable doubt, believe Mrs. Airey's testimony? Do you accept the evidence of her three witnesses, Mr. Wills, Mr. Moore, and Mr. Dean? Do you believe that the extra money which Mrs. Airey is alleged to have received came from these three men, her alleged lovers? If you do, then you must find her not guilty of defrauding the Inland Revenue. But if you do not believe her testimony, then you must find her guilty. You will now retire and consider your verdict.
All stand. Members of the jury, will your foreman please stand? Just answer this question, yes or no. Have you reached a verdict upon which you are all agreed?
Yes.
Do you find the prisoner guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of your court? Silence in court!
Mrs. Barbara Airey, you have been found guilty of defrauding the Inland Revenue. Have you anything to say before I pass sentence?
Mrs. Airey was sentenced to 9 months' imprisonment. A chance for you to join another jury when our cameras return to the Crown Court.